Omega Seamaster Summer Blues are finally starting to arrive in stores, and I was lucky enough to see the new Aqua Terras and Seamaster Diver 300s, and it changed my mind about these. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Brittany, and on this channel we just talk about watches in a hopefully not pretentious and joyful way. In June, to celebrate 75 years of the Seamaster line, Omega released a whole new range of these kinda fume blue Seamasters. So a new Aqua Terra, Diver 300, Planet Ocean, Ploprof, Ultra Deep. To save a bit of time here, just every Seamaster. A few changes were made for these, all cosmetic. So these have a closed case back rather than sapphire, fume blue dials with the darkness of the color scheme matched to each watch's depth rating. When these were first launched, I was a bit underwhelmed by these. I don't know, for a 75th anniversary, I think I was just hoping for a bit more. I feel like I'm too harsh with mainstream brands sometimes. I'm being too harsh. But I was lucky enough to see some of these in person last week. We were shopping in York and popped into Barry's, and they were so dang kind to let me film all these and fully geek out. So thank you so much to the team over at Barry's for indulging me. If you ever find yourself shopping up in Yorkshire, Leeds, York, all over up there, there's probably a Barry's. I couldn't recommend them enough. Fantastic shopping experience. But seeing these in person, in the metal, has completely melted my mean little heart. So I saw the Seamaster Diver 300 and the Aqua Terra in 41 and 38 millimeters. These are all so freaking good looking. I'm sorry for the quality of the shots. It is AD lighting and not studio lighting, but I did my best to capture these the best I could. I really didn't want the Diver 300 to be my favorite. It just feels like an obvious choice, but the extremity in the fume, the darker ring fading into such a light blue, looks fantastic. One other change I forgot to mention is the use of light blue superluminova, which is one thing I wasn't really sure about in the renders and the photos, as the Seamaster usually has white lume, and I just thought it was kinda too cold with the blue lume, but seeing it in person, I got it. It's funny, even though it is called summer blue, it almost feels more frosty and wintry to me. They feel cold, but in a good way. If you are interested in one of these, get over to the AD. They're here, they've arrived, they're not just in Omega boutiques. These retail for £5,900 on the bracelet, or about $6,800 USD. Now, one of the concerns that I had, and it's such a wanky little thing, but I really like it when the date wheel perfectly matches the dial color. I don't know why I am the way that I am. The two Aqua Terras are spot on. The colors blend perfectly, but the Diver 300 isn't as seamless. The date wheel is a little bit darker than the dial. I think it was a design choice to provide a bit of contrast for actually reading the date, so it may have been a legibility decision. Now looking at the Aqua Terras, there's the 41 millimeter. So these have a thickness of 13.2 millimeters, a lug-to-lug of 47.9 millimeters, 150 meters of water resistance, and the Omega coaxial caliber 8900 movement, which is a notable step up from the 8800, with 60 hours of power reserve and time zone functions. This blue feels very subtle, but still looks dang lovely. And now looking at the 38 millimeters, which is actually aesthetically quite different from the 41 mil. Almost softer feeling with the rice-shaped indices rather than triangular, the round date rather than the square, sunburst dial opposed to the teak, and no minute track. I actually aesthetically prefer the more aggressive looking 41 millimeters, but the 38 mil can actually fit on my wrist, so you win some, you lose some. I really like how soft the gradient is on these. Just an ice-cold Aqua Terra. If you like these Aqua Terras, the 41 millimeters retails for £6,200 on the bracelet, and the 38 millimeters retails for £6,600 on the bracelet. Why does the 38 millimeters cost more? I honestly don't know. I don't know. A lot of Omega pricing doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, Omega fanboys, but it needs saying. The 41 millimeters has a better movement. To me, looks nicer, so I don't know why it costs £400 less. If you know, please do comment it down below. I'd love to know why. Last thing we need to talk about is the caseback. I'm team closed caseback almost always. One's preference for a display or closed caseback is unique and personal to you. These are exactly what I love. A nicely decorated closed caseback, mindful touches, very interesting. This is what I'd prefer with my sports watch. Yeah, seeing these in person really changed my mind on the Summer Blue Omega watches. Beautifully done, and what a way to celebrate the Omega Seamaster line turning 75. There's still a few more I'm dying to see, namely the Ultra Deep. I think that one's the coolest, and the Ploprof. Let me know all your thoughts on these watches in those comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Ooh, 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 people were complaining that I wasn't singing. Ooh, 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 the song is back. And I'm here to thank all the Pope tier patrons who keep me in business. Actually, all patrons keep this channel going, but I'm here to especially thank the Pope tier patrons. Thank you, Pope tier patrons.